We're starting first here at 6 with this boy's act of bravery after surviving the unthinkable.
I just saw my dad holding a shotgun and my mom screaming at him.
That little boy testifying at his father's murder trial. He's the son of Oneal, his father on trial for the murder of the boy's mother and sister, and also for trying to kill Ronnie, allegedly. Now, because he's representing himself, this creates the unusual scenario of the father cross-examining, questioning his own son. The man is accused of trying to kill him, and now he is basically questioning his son's testimony. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer is live at the courthouse in Hillsborough County. Aaron, even separated by video screen because the boy is in a remote location, this had to take incredible courage by this now 11-year-old boy.
Yeah, Chris, he was incredibly brave. He showed unbelievable composure in that remote location as he gave his testimony this morning, followed and had to describe all of these horrific events that occurred that evening. What you were about to hear is part of little Ronnie's testimony. He's 11 years old now, followed by some of the cross-examination that he experienced with his father, who, as you said, is representing himself. This was the first time that they have seen each other and spoken to each other since that the attack on March 2018.
State, you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just saw my dad holding a shotgun and my mom screaming at him.
And your father had a shotgun. What happened next? What did he do?
My mom ran in my sister's room. My mom ran in my sister's room and terrified into the closet. And then my dad said, "Come in here and come kill the B-word."
Did you hear any shots from the shotgun before that?
Yes.
How many times?
One.
Was there a time when your mother was able to get out of the closet?
She was like stumbling outside, and then I just saw my dad chase her.
What do you remember happening next?
My dad told me to walk around and say like some words.
And do you remember what words your father told you to say?
Allah Akbar.
Allahu Akbar?
Yes.
Did he do something to your sister?
Yes, he hit her with an axe. And then he went in the garage. I followed him. He put me on the ground, and then he had his foot on top. I was laying on my stomach. He had his foot on top of me, and he was holding me down. And he was lighting a match.
Mr. Oneal, any questions?
How you doing, Ronnie?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
And investigators have said that Ronnie Oneal tried to set his son and their house on fire before this night of violence ended, according to investigators. Again, that was the first time that father and son have seen each other since that violent night back in March 2018. The boy's father, what you kind of heard there was him trying to call into question his son's recollection of the events of that night, and he says that there's some kind of inconsistencies in between what the boy says now and what he had said to detectives and attorneys in the years that followed that night. But there's one thing, though, that the prosecutors have really tried to hammer home here. What they tried to make sure the jury understood is that, in their opinion, there's only one person who could have carried out the crimes that were committed that night, and that person is the defendant, Ronnie Oneal III.
How you doing?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Do you remember talking to some attorneys that came to see you? And they said that they were there on my behalf by the name of Jennifer Spradley, Carolyn Schindler.
What's the objection?
Improper impeachment.
I'm not impeaching.
Okay.
I'm asking questions.
Well, the question on the table is if he recalls the attorneys coming to see him. He can answer that question as far as yes or no, but then we'll see what the next question is. So you can go ahead and answer that question. Do you recall that event happening?
Yes.
Do you remember doing things with me? As far as things in the neighborhood and going to family events and things like that?
Objection, relevance.
I'm going to sustain the objection. So, Mr. Oneal, your questions have to pertain to issues that were raised on direct examination, all right, as part of your cross-examination. So I have sustained the objection, so do not answer that question. Okay? Next question, Mr. Oneal.
Did you see me beat your mom?
No.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.